something quite cool about it. And at least I felt that way when I was sitting out there in that kind of weather. It just made me stronger than when I knew everyone else was really not in the place where they wanted to be. That for me was as a great motivator.
Yeah, I have to agree. Even myself as a modest mountain biker, that was always my thought as well. I could always, as Sean would say, tolerate the weather, tolerate these sort of conditions. And if you know everybody else is feeling rubbish, that gives you a huge psychological boost, doesn't it? Gilbert just want to turn up the wick here, because they just had another big bump of shoulders and elbows, and Gilbert is just
big ring.
Yep, there we go, shifted to the big ring. Oh, he's blown him.
I think he just missed a change on up to his big ring as well.
Oh dear. Now Scarponi's lost what, 15 bike lengths immediately. That's it, he's going to put the hammer down now, and Scarponi's really going to have to fight to get back to that one. Looks over his shoulder. I don't think that's going to happen somehow.
No, we've got the decent coming up here now as well, where Gilbert was clearly quicker earlier.
Just shifted up a sprocket, shifted down a sprocket, should I say. Philippe Gilbert got it into the big ring nicely. And Scarponi was, I think he was under pressure to change into that big ring and keep up with him, and didn't manage to do it. Down a little bit further back, this is Pablo Lastras. Said he was on a good day. That's a really good day for Pablo Lastras. Scarponi then looking for all the world as though they were going to ride shoulder to shoulder, but Gilbert just turns up the gas, and that really he just instantly made him suffer.
That was a confident attack, to going from the front and just upping the pace, and it looks like he's just missing.
Yeah, he has. He's missed a gear change.
Yeah, and straight away that kind of put him in a position where he's lost bike lengths, and bringing someone like Gilbert back is not an easy task.
No. Gilbert still has to be careful on this descent, although the road surface is a lot better than we've seen. It's still very, very nasty. Look at the amount of rainwater. And just one small piece of or a puddle of standing water here will have him on his backside and across into that Armco barrier. Gilbert is a very good descender, but he's got to take it easy. On the other hand, Scarponi has got to do everything now.
Yeah, just throwing all caution out there that he has to take the risk. If he wants to win today, now is the time to really just dig in.
You're watching the descending Philippe Gilbert spraying up that rooster tail. My apologies to Dave in Ludlow. Yes, I know the weather's really nice there at the moment, yeah. But Scarponi has to give everything now. He cannot afford to hold back. He may not want to descend the way he's going to have to, but ain't got much choice, I'm afraid. Gilbert's still worried about him. I'm not surprised, though. You'd put your money on him, Magnus, and of course it would be a different story if he hadn't missed a gear, but...
well, I wouldn't count Scarponi out just yet. Obviously, the decent here is favouring Gilbert, but you never know with that man there.
Yep, he's a very, very gritty rider. I know Gilbert is a consummate rider in these sorts of conditions, but even so... We get this question all the time. Do they use wet weather tyres? No, they don't. You might have a good tyre with a slightly heavier tread pattern, maybe. And they might...
There is one or two companies that do slightly heavier threaded tyres.
Yeah, they do... I know Michelin, for example, did several... And Hutchinson did several wet weather compound tyres with big... They could actually get rid of the water. But unfortunately, when they offered them to the teams, the mechanic said, please don't give us those. And they all went, why? So because they'll be wanting to change tyres or change wheels all the time. So so they decided not to. But you can get a heavier tread pattern. Just running slightly wider tyres, maybe? A 25. So some of the teams are running 25 tubs now, aren't they, rather than 23s?
On occasions, yeah, definitely. But I'd say generally it's just the thread pattern that you would change. And today I'm only aware of one company two companies that do different types of threads for different weathers, but like you said, it becomes such a headache for the mechanics to actually deal with that, seeing as you have to glue the tyres onto the wheels, so you end up needing more wheels, and so on and so on. It's just about undoable.
We are coming to the end of this last great race of the season. Do not forget we have the European Track Championships coming up. 5th to the 8th here on Eurosport. Just managed to secure the rights for those, which is great. Into the last 2 kilometres then for Philippe Gilbert. He's got about 10 seconds of a gap over Michele Scarponi. And Scarponi's not out of it yet, I don't think. It's still a big ask to try and get back to Gilbert, but he's got him in his sights. At least he can see him. Oh, that's confidence for you. Number 1. I'm confident I can win this one, says Philippe Gilbert. Oh, is that a little bit premature, do you think?
1.2 kilometres out with one sharp corner left. You never know. Should be all right.
That's serious.
Last kilometre then.
Yeah. Under the red kite for the last kilometre, then goes Philippe Gilbert, able to ride to a solo victory here. Remember, last year he had a 2-up sprint with Samuel Sánchez and managed to do that. Here's the nasty corner. Giro di Lombardia last year on the right-hand side of your screen. In the finish, remember the weather was very, very nice in the end. A bigger group, and then 2 of them got away. Samuel Sánchez and Philippe Gilbert taking it easily, much easier than I expected actually in the sprint. He double sprinted basically to take that one. Right, let's try and get back to the live action on the left-hand screen. Philippe Gilbert all by himself now. Michele Scarponi was the man who's trying to chase him down. Scarponi knows he's been beaten. He knows he's been beaten. He's just riding in now for second place. Oh, great shame for Michele Scarponi, but it's back-to-back victories for Philippe Gilbert. He won in Piedmont at in the middle of the week, and there is Scarponi behind him. Philippe Gilbert, in atrocious conditions, wins the Tour of Lombardy. Timed it to perfection. He didn't have to miss a gear and rides in for a solo win. A very, very consummate performance. I mean, he did all the aggression, all the attacks, all the way through. Impressive.
Very impressive, and I mean, he left himself to have to cover everything from the final big mountain, the Colma di Solmano, and I mean, just a perfect. He was just super confident, and you know, rightly so.
Yep.
So.
What can you say about the guy? The best classics racer of his generation? Very possibly now. Very possibly.
Getting there, definitely.
Yes, definitely. Pablo Lastras, spirited chase, 3rd spot. And that is not a bad. He gave it one final last dig as they came over the last descent, but not enough. Pablo Lastras will have to settle for 3rd spot. He won't be it's not too shabby. He won't be worried about that.
Very strong ride.
Here's the sprint for the minor places. Jakob Fuglsang taking it. Vincenzo Nibali not bothering. I think he wanted to win more than anything else. Then last year's runner-up, Samuel Sánchez. That's it. That was all that was left of the front group. Not a nice day.
No, it's been a brutal day at the Tour of Lombardy, but fantastic win by Gilbert, I've got to say that, and also I'm very impressed with Pablo Lastras the way he rode.
Mikel Nieve. Coming in to complete his race today. Well, he's had a good end of season. Nice, look at that standing water. Well, there won't be much bike washing going on later. Just to make sure it's dry and nicely lit. That's horrible, isn't it? That's really foul weather. The last race of the season then, last big race of the season, characterised by absolutely appalling weather. The Tour of Lombardy won back-to-back by Philippe Gilbert. The previous winner back-to-back was Damiano Cunego. So there's 2 sets of back-to-backs now. 3, in fact.
3.
Yeah. Paolo Bettini, 5 and 6. Cunego, 7 and 8. Gilbert, 8 and 9 and 10. And then there's only 1 year splitting up Michele Bartoli's 2002 and 2003 victories as well. And that was Damiano Cunego as well. Cunego, a 3 times winner. Yep. But before that, you have to go way back to get double winners. Eddie Merckx being the last one before that, 1971 and 1972.